Hello everybody, it's your boy Josiah back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my life story. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to do a draw my life. I can't do that. Plus, I don't think I don't have the ability to draw that well, and, it takes too long to do that shit. So, I'm just going to tell you my life story. So, okay, I was born January 22nd, 1997 in Chicago, Illinois to John Wysocki and Cheryl Wysocki. My mom's maiden name was Cheryl Goldberg, and my dad's Catholic, Irish Italian, and my mom's Jewish, Polish, Russian, and Ukrainian and Romanian. So I am mixed of all these different cultures. Let's see. I need to think because I have a. Well, okay, so I was born January 22nd, 1997. Okay, from the age of 1.5 or 2, my my grandparents and my parents thought I was deaf, because I did not respond to them when they would call me. Now I'm gonna put this out there. I just didn't respond because I was in my own little world as a kid, as a little kid, and even as a baby, I didn't like to respond. I like to think of other things or just watch TV and not talk to people. I was just that type of kid. So they took me to a sound like a person that judges if you're deaf or not, and they played this blasting noise in my ear, and I started to cry. So that's how they knew I wasn't deaf, because I heard the noise and I started to cry. Anyways, I used to get a lot of ear infections, and as a kid, and I used to go swimming a lot. So 4 years old, I needed to get a tonsillectomy done. What a tonsillectomy is when they remove your tonsils because either they're inflamed, there's a virus that could hurt you, or it's something else. So I had to get a tonsillectomy because I think from all the ear infections that were going on, I had got my tonsils inflamed, and they couldn't do anything about the inflammation, so they had to take them out. So you know how you get a tonsillectomy and you get all this like get ice cream, and you get the food, you get like the yogurt and whatever ice cream, you get all that at once. Yeah, well, I never had any because the doctor after my tonsillectomy, they said he'll be back to normal in 2 days, 3 days. Well, here's the sad part. That I was never became normal again. I wasn't my normal self because we don't know exactly what happened to this day. I don't know what happened, but my best guess is when they put me under, either I had an allergic reaction to the anesthesia, or they had given me too much anesthesia for my body to handle, and what happened was it basically screwed up my brain, and gave me ADHD. Okay, I have ADHD now because of some idiot in a doctor's office, anesthesiologist who fucked up, and I became very how do you say, hard to handle as a kid. From that age, I became rude, mean, arrogant, and just plain mean. I mean, I would yell at my parents, yell at other kids, yell at my grandparents, stuff like that. And again, it wasn't like I wanted to. It's just I had ADHD and I had no medication on at the time, so you do shit that you can't have no control over. I had no control over myself until I went to a family doctor, and he diagnosed me with ADHD and got me on a medication or something. I think it was Adderall at the time, or it was not Adderall or something else. I don't know, but it was some kind of ADHD medication. And I started to calm down, and I went through school, and as a kid I didn't like to read. I'm gonna say that now. As an adult, as a 21-year-old, I love to read. I can't go out maybe 3 weeks without reading something, or else I'll get like jitters or some shit. But I did not like to read as a kid. I did not. I really didn't. So much so that my grandfather thought I was unable to be educated. Like, he thought I wouldn't be able to learn anything, until like a long, long later did I actually prove him wrong. Like, I started doing well in school, and I started prove him to the point where he brings it up some now on occasions like I'm so proud of you, Josh. Like I used to thought you couldn't be able to be educated and shit, and I'm like Grandpapa, what the fuck? I mean, all I did was turn in a paper. God, and you're bringing up this all this stuff about you don't thought I was educated. I'm like, Jesus. Okay, anyways, back to the story. That was a little joke, but he does do that sometimes. Sorry. What was I at? So, I started high school, and again, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I did have friends. That was my sister, guys. What the fuck? Ashley, shut up! Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say that, but she was annoying you and annoying me a little. Anyways, so where was I at? Didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Okay, I actually got treated very poorly by other kids. I had my first girlfriend. I guess if you could call it a girlfriend if you want to call it. We didn't kiss or anything, but we held hands. We talked. Her name was Kaylee, and I was in second grade. I wouldn't call it again. Couldn't call it a girlfriend, but we hanged out a lot. We held hands. I kissed her cheek once. That was about it. That's the closest thing I ever did to kissing her. Let's see. I date. Okay, so we had our first date ever was at a bowling alley, if you want to call it a date. With my mom and her mom was there. She had a cool older brother that I kind of like to hang out with sometimes. Anyways, I was going to school, and around what's it called, third or fourth grade. Anyways, go back to a couple minutes. At some point, I would be treated like a plague by other kids. Like, there were kids that used to be, like, for example, we used to go to this water park every summer. That was near our house in Chicago. And some of the friends, you could call them friends, you could call them enemies, you could call them bullies for all you want. I call them bullies because they were, but at the time, at one point, they were my friends. Okay, I would see them at the same water park because they didn't live too far away from the water park, and they would, every time I would see them, I'd say, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And they would immediately turn this into like a fucking game, and they would run away. They would run, and I would probably never there were 3 times where I ever saw them again, and it pissed me off so much, and I never had the courage to say, "Why do you keep running from me?" I just never had the courage to say it because I didn't care. Legit, I just want to say hi. How have you been? It's been a while since we talked, But they just ran from me like I had the bubonic plague. Like if I touched them, they're dead. They're gonna die. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you people? And it used to hurt my feelings a little. Then I met Kaylee again years later at the same water park, and by God, damn, she looked good. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. She turned out good. She looked hot. She turned out hot. She was with a summer camp, I guess. I think it was a summer camp, yeah. And as me, I really didn't like summer camp that much until later on. And I'm not going to go into summer camp like that until way late, maybe in another video, but not in this life story. Anyways, so around the age of third to fourth grade to be exact, my class, I was being told that I wasn't learning, I wasn't doing well or in school. So my mom took me to a private teacher / thing, and he gave me a series of tests. And it turns out that I was learning impaired, meaning I have disabilities, which they did not know. And the disabilities included writing, which I already knew about because my writing is shit. It's still shit today. I can tell you that over 150 teachers have asked me in my line of schooling career, what have you written here? and I had to explain the entire thing. I once had to explain an entire paper of work, homework, except for my history teacher, because my history teacher never cared. He was like, "Oh yeah, you probably got it right. Yep, you're good." That's why he's my favorite history teacher to this day, because he didn't care he just immediately assumed I got it right. And that's in high school. That'll be later, okay? Because I usually did get it right. Never mind. There's no reason not to say I didn't, but still. Anyways, okay. So I got tested and I got proven that I was not able to be in regular school anymore. So my mom and a family / friend / teacher that I used to go to for extra help in regular school, which is the elementary school I went to for first grade up to second grade, third grade, and first grade. Or second grade and third grade was across the street from the fourth grade school I was going to. That was 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. Okay, for all high school and all other grades. And I'm just sitting there, and I wasn't told I was not allowed to be there anymore. So we just sat there for 3 days, even though I had to wait for a transition period to go into this school called the Cove School, which was a private school for kids with learning disabilities and kids who were behind in school. And I went there and I made friends on the first day. They did this thing at Cove where you don't actually attend like classes, but it's kind of like you do this thing where you would go to the class and to a regular class and you would attend like I say like 4 hours or like half the day of the school day, and then just like that would be it. Like you would attend half the school day, and then your parents would pick you up, and they'll talk to the people to see if you like it. So that's what it was like, and it was. I made friends on that first day. I made like 2 friends, and I immediately loved the school, and I wanted to go there. So I was told I couldn't start until after spring break because they needed to fill out some papers with my regular school to do it. So I said okay. So for the last 2 days of regular school, I just basically was there on the sheet, and I just didn't have to do any work or anything. I just stood there. So that's it for part 1, guys. Again, I'm gonna probably be doing part 2 later on today, if not now, later. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of this, and I will see you in the next video.